questions for Coach Traylor?
Jeff, just can you sum up what happened in this game for the Royals?
Well, they were really good. They played very good, and we didn't make plays, and they did. Did a great job. Congratulations to Coach Kenny. They've done a fantastic job of what they've done in 2 years. Their roster was deeper, and they performed in a tough environment. They've done a really good job here of getting this place like a college atmosphere, and I thought our defense would be able to hold for us a little bit. You know, our offense is a little young and inexperienced. We knew we were going to struggle a little bit there. I think the most shocking part was how easy they scored on our defense. I thought we were good enough on defense to stay in the game. Now, I understand offensively we didn't do near enough to help them, which is true as well. Not scoring on the opening drive, you know, after our D turned them over. We could have, you know, when you had that win at your back, we didn't do anything with it. And then when we got it, had to go into it, they really took advantage of it.
Was it them or the offensive woes?
No, they're really good. We did not play well either. I'm the head coach, that's my responsibility. We didn't block very well up front. Our tight end play was not near as good as it has been. Our receiver play was not as good as it is capable of. Our running backs didn't really have a chance, but had a couple of drops there as well. So guess what? Your quarterbacks look really bad when nobody's good around you. I did not like the execution at all. And that all starts with me, and we've got to get it figured out. And we're probably fixing to play the best team in the country next week on the road again in an environment that's even crazier than that environment was.
Jeff, what was your message to the players in the locker room, and how do you describe the environment in there now?
I was really proud of how we hung in there. You know, we kept our heads. We had the one penalty where we were getting up. We kind of pushed somebody, but other than that, we were calm. They're obviously very upset and embarrassed, but really mature. I looked, and you know, school saw it, and every kid's over there in front of it. There's some real tall tales of indication that we'll mature and get to be a good football team at some point in the year. I just don't know when that's going to be, and how quick can we fix it. We'll have to figure that out.
Coach, what went into the decision to switch to Eddie Lee in the second half?
He's just played really well all year. He deserved to play. You can only play one quarterback, and that's all that was.
You switched also at punter. You switched Chase Allen in there for Hogan. What was kind of behind that decision there?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. He was cramping.
Coach, it seemed like cramping was a big theme today. Was it dehydration from everybody, or what went into that? Was it the heat with the wind?
Yeah.
Coach, on a more optimistic note, how did it feel kind of seeing someone from your past succeed today?
If there is any glaring resemblance of joy, you just found it, young lady. I need you in my life. You're correct. I'm very happy for GJ, his family. What he's done here to totally resurrect a university, and to have what they had tonight is really special. Extremely happy for him and his staff. I've coached with a lot of those guys and know them very well, so really happy for him.
Felt like your offense would often be starting, back up towards, inside their own 25. How important was field position, I guess, for them to really start to try to get people within release?
Yeah, I thought when we were coming out, their student section is fantastic, by the way. Like it was deafening down there, so much props to them. But I thought if we could have made that catch, coming out, that would have been a huge play for us. There are just so many plays in momentum games, especially rivalry games on the road. You need to get a play, and we just never could. And everybody's going to blame the quarterbacks, but nobody helped either quarterback. I mean, it's really sad that we didn't have that. We were just big-eyed and bushy-tailed. We looked like a bunch of kids that have never made plays before in a tough environment. And I thought our defense would hold on for us to get McEwen going, get Willie going, get Owen going, get some guys going that hadn't been the ones that always had to carry it. Now, they've been a part of that, but they haven't got to carry it. Where GJ's guys were the guys last year that were carrying it, and they're all back again. And we didn't tackle them very well. You could tell they're veterans. They look very veteran, and we look very inexperienced. So I can give y'all some old man talk, but none of y'all believe it. I mean, it's never as bad as you think. It's never as good. I don't blame one person for having zero lick of faith in the Roadrunners right now. I do not. I think we'll weather the storm. We've done many times before. Obviously, I'm very concerned about the opponent we're playing next week because how physically dominant they are right now, and they're in a great spot.
Jeff, did you have any indication coming into today that the team might be big-eyed like that or could struggle with a moment like this?
Just from doing it a long time, I knew we'd have a few drops, we'd have a few penalties. I just didn't think they'd score so quickly on us. I thought we would hold up there, and that's when it gets going, right? Then your youth really shows up. And we got some guys in the back end that, even though they're older, we've got to get some things cleaned up as well in the back. But I need to watch it. I need to watch it first, but that's how I feel right now.
Coach, after last game, you said you guys need to run the ball better, need to have better play on your offensive line. Didn't run the ball great today either. How do you fix that going forward?
We need to look at it. Vinley couldn't play. He's our best offensive lineman. Mackay got about 20 snaps. He told me he was a shell of himself. He hadn't played in 2 years, but maybe we can get him going again. I know JT, participated in warm-ups and looked good running around. That had GJ really worried, and I assured him that we weren't going to do it in this game. So I think there's some hope out there. Big J hadn't played very much, so these snaps will keep getting better. Cam hadn't played very much. At center, CJ has played. I think he probably played pretty good. It'll be interesting to see how Walker played up front. But they did a good job. It wasn't just they had great schemes, they had good answers for us, and we didn't break tackles. And they look a veteran ball club. I remember those days. 2021 is a lot of fun early in the year. But as the year progresses, teams that have great culture, they'll keep progressing a little bit each week, and a lot of times the other guys will start fading away. I wouldn't just wave the white flag just yet. We'll get it fixed.
Jeff, you guys have not been shy talking about the playoffs and the week-to-week stakes that come with that. You said you guys don't get them all again. How do you sort of reshape the goals or that message after a result like this?
Are you saying we're out now, Greg?
Your words, not mine.
Yeah, I would say that performance today put a damper on that right now. That's not something I'm thinking about right now, Brother Greg. I'll tell you what, I'll have an answer for you by Tuesday.
Another similar kind of question. Back to the playing two quarterbacks. Is that something where is Owen still your starter in your mind going forward right now, or did Eddie's play in that second half play well? Does it maybe alter things at all?
Eddie's always played well. I go look at the video. That thing I told y'all the entire time was an absolute. You could have gone either way, honestly. So we'll watch the video and we'll see.
Jeff, we haven't seen a lot of lopsided losses like this in your tenure here. How do the Roadrunners bounce back from something like this?
I'd be really scared if my locker room had fallen apart already, but I didn't see any signs of that at all. I know it's silly to talk about school songs and everybody showing up and behavior in locker room. Those are huge indicators of belief. And I've been in the staff a long time. We've had our teeth kicked in before, and we won't blink. Now, I don't remember getting our teeth kicked in and then having to go play University of Texas on the road. That hadn't happened yet, so that's different. But road games are different. You've got to be really good on defense. You got to be able to run the ball very well, and you got to be able to kick the ball and cover it very well. Guess what? That's what the triangle was built on. That's why we do this. We didn't do this to try to win 7 or 8 games and score a bunch of points. We really planned on trying to be in the hunt every year for conference championships and be really good late in the year. And right now, we're not stopping the run very well. We're not running the ball very well, and we're not kicking and covering very well. And we got to get that fixed.
Coach, is losing a game like this to a rival different than losing a game like this to, anybody else?
I've never had it happen before, so this is a first. But this was a big loss, obviously, because I know how much our community wanted it. And that trophy's been in my office the entire time I've been here. not there anymore. So, yeah, there's no doubt that this will be a real sour taste in our mouth. But it's college football. I mean, that's why you have rivalry games. You just don't want to be on the short end of these things too many times, or you don't get to coach them very many more times.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Joe.
God bless. Birds up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.